What's going on, everybody? This is the blockchain backer bringing you the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. And are you ready to start the week off right? Man, I cannot believe it. Within the last hour, we've had some crazy news happen in the cryptocurrency market. It makes perfect sense that it does. As many of you know who have followed this channel, we're reaching out with Bitcoin to get near my targets, and we're suddenly starting to get the most bullish and FOMO driven news for Bitcoin, especially for retail investors right up here at these prices. So it's getting to be really exciting in cryptocurrency. I'll talk about what's going on with me, what's going on with my portfolio, and what I'm doing. I'm still following my plans exactly as I've always outlined them to be, and we're getting close to those moments right now. And what's real funny about that is on my channel, I've talked about this thing called a cryptocurrency like emotional log. If you kept like a log of how you were doing in the market, when you were scared, when you were excited, when things were, however your emotions were at the time, to see that typically your emotions are usually wrong. Whatever's going on in the market at that time, if you would have done the opposite of what your emotions were at that exact time, you probably would have done much better in the market had you not done it based on excitement or based on fear. And this morning, I had to go back and look at my emotional log that I had when I was keeping track of it way down in here. And I have an entry in here from December 17th. And it's just incredible to see it and how depressed the market was at that time, how scared the market was. I remember a lot of the big name personalities at that time in the crypto universe were calling for $1,200 Bitcoin, $2,000 Bitcoin. And I have my emotional log talking about me buying down in here and how I felt really stupid. And I felt like I was just doing something really, really dumb at that time because the market was so incredibly depressed. We were in extreme fear at that time. Now turn it all the way up. We're talking $3,150. Now turn it all the way up, and we're up here above $43,000. And well, what's the big news that gets released this morning? Tesla, Elon Musk, are adding Bitcoin to their balance sheet, and they've already done it of $1.5 billion, and they intend to accept Bitcoin as payment for vehicles. Here from CNBC, Tesla announced Monday it has bought $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. In a filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission, the company said it bought the Bitcoin for more flexibility to further diversify and maximize returns on our cash. Tesla also said it will start accepting payments in Bitcoin in exchange for its products. That would make Tesla the first major automaker to do so. I don't think that wording's right, but okay. The 1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin will give Tesla liquidity in the cryptocurrency once it starts accepting it for payments. I'd shared this over on my Twitter today. Tesla 10K. We invested in aggregate $1.5 billion in Bitcoin under this policy and may acquire and hold digital assets from time to time or long term. Moreover, we expect to begin accepting Bitcoin as a form of payment for our products in the near future. And of course, Michael Saylor chimed in saying congratulations and thank you to Elon Musk and Tesla on adding Bitcoin to their balance sheet. The entire world will benefit from this leadership. Leadership, paving the way, telling everybody it's okay. It's interesting, right? Here we are, way up here in price. In my opinion, we're in the fifth wave of this entire move. We're approaching the end of this move where a major correction will take place eventually. And sometimes these things take weeks to play out, right? We know that. So for today, in this moment, this morning, this exciting time, the idea of selling Bitcoin right now when the world is panicking on how do I get Bitcoin into my hands as fast as possible sounds silly to say you're going to be a seller, right? But that's been my plan. That's been my expectations is that, you know what? I'm holding and holding and holding, and I haven't let go of any of my Bitcoin. And I've always had my targets be way out here. And what do you think the chances are that some kind of news like this would get dropped right at my targets? You think that's ironic? You think that's a coincidence or that just happened by chance? I don't think so. So I'm going to be making a bold move here. I'm going to be following exactly what my plan is here for Bitcoin and saying that, you know what? I do think Bitcoin's going to go higher. I do think Bitcoin's going to go to $70,000 to $80,000. But I also think we're going to see a major correction in Bitcoin right now. And this is kind of the blow off top of excitement that's happening with Bitcoin right now after this big, huge rise that we've had with no real correction that has taken place in here. Typically in Bitcoin, we see like 40, 50% corrections. We've never had one. We did have this one, which is what, about 30%, right? 31%. I still wouldn't even consider that to be a full Bitcoin correction, but a massive rise all the way up here. And then the announcement that Tesla, the retail trader's favorite stock, right? But when it comes to the most favorite person that retail traders as a group tend to group around, it's going to be Elon Musk, it's going to be Tesla, it's going to be the SpaceX idea, right? And so when Elon Musk comes out and gives that signature of approval on Bitcoin, the retail trader loves that, right? And what do retail traders have a tendency to do? Retail traders have a tendency to buy tops and sell bottoms. And this is a strong message to retail investors to buy. And while the news is euphoric and exciting, this is my sell box. This is where I start selling Bitcoin. I cannot believe we're here. I can't believe we got within just a couple $100 of it actually happening, but whoa, it's so much time for us to get here. And on the day of us getting there, what's the story? Tesla buying Bitcoin. It's unbelievable. So I can kind of get an idea of, I have an idea of what it will be like with a lot of the people who watch this video, right? Thinking, wow, this is supposed to be like the most bullish day in the world, man. Tesla, they signed off on it. They're buying Bitcoin. It's supposed to be like super bullish and super exciting. But the thing is, like, not everybody wins in this market. And there's a lot of things that will make you do the wrong thing at the wrong time. And I tried to give that example of what it was like buying at the bottom. It felt really stupid. Anybody would love to go back in time and buy Bitcoin at $3,100, right? If you could go back and do it. But if you went back and lived in that moment and understood what the narrative was like, it was not like this. It was like, get rid of your Bitcoins because the world is burning. Bitcoin's done. It's a Ponzi. It's going to nothing, right? Then it gets all the way high up in price, and the really good news happens at the end of a fifth wave, and it has that same feel, right? Wow, it feels dumb. Why would you sell? This is exciting. This is huge. You have no idea what you're talking about. I can read the comments ahead of time because I can get it. This is big news. This is huge news for Bitcoin, huge news for cryptocurrency in general. And coming on here saying, you know what? I'm going to sell into this incredibly good news that doesn't make logical sense, right? People's brains are not programmed like that to say good news means buy, good news does not mean sell, especially this kind of good news. But the reality is you have to understand the messaging that's being given to the retail investor. The retail investor follows Elon Musk. The retail investor loves Tesla. The retail investor is going to buy. And what is the group of people that lose in the market? The retail investor loses. So I bought when the retail investor was scared, and I'm going to be selling at these targets. And now the thing is, like, if you're new to this channel and you're tuning in, you're saying, oh man, why would you sell at this time? This is a target zone that I've had picked out for a very, very long time. And for the people who have been around with this channel for a very long time, knowing that this was the target zone, and I've talked so much about, that stuff of, show me a chart and I'll tell you the news. It's not a coincidence that you get this level of messaging to retail investors to buy as we finally get to the target. Really think about that. For the people who have been around here for a long time, really, really think about that. How I could pick out this target for such a long time, have this picked, especially the people who have taken my course on bcbacker.com, picked out this target such a long time ago. And then as we get to it, this happens. Why would it happen there? What more bullish news could you really look for after this, right? What's the next step of bullish news? Is there really more bullish news, or is this kind of like the last one? It's like the blow off news. Institutions are coming, big money is coming, whales are coming, right? That's always been the narrative for a long time. Well, they're here, and you just had the biggest one out there tell you that they've already bought. So it's exciting, and this is like almost like that big victory lap that gets to be done by me. Now, that's not me saying that for an ego thing. It's just that it's been a long journey to get here. I'm talking about buying back in December of 2018. Here we are in February of 2021. It's been a long time to finally get here. You have a lot of new people who are pouring into this market right now. Probably people pouring in, watching this video right now, thinking, man, Elon Musk is buying. I should be buying. And then watching this guy telling me, hey, wait a minute, he's selling. He's getting out. When the market is fearful, that's when I buy. When the market is euphoric, in which we haven't had it to this level. And this is what I've been waiting for all this time, saying so many times over and over again. I'm not a day trader. I'm just an accumulator while we're in the low prices, waiting for those really higher targets. Well, guess what? Bitcoin's getting up to those really higher targets, and this market is not fearful. This market is very euphoric, very excited, and especially the retail traders and retail investors. And I don't know if it's going to happen today. It could happen today that a lot of my sell orders just start getting triggered and triggered and triggered as we go through that box. But what is it that I'm really looking for, right? Am I sitting here taking this money, putting it in my pocket, and walking away from cryptocurrency? No, I'm not. This is just a part of my plan that I've had for years now, getting ready for these moments. This is like phase one for people who have taken the bcbacker.com course. You know exactly what I'm doing here. I'm expecting that we will see that really big correction come out of Bitcoin. And I think we will see prices way down here again, or even a little bit lower, way down in here into the 20,000s. I think that day will come. And I think this is kind of our blow off moment before we roll over and do so. So my expectations are that Bitcoin's going to kind of make its way up in here. I'm not sure how high it's going to go, followed by a big fall down, and then a 702 retracement over here, followed by one more big pull down, and then off we go. And it keeps going up and up and up. And my expectations, like you all know, $70,000 to $80,000 is where I'm looking for. So I'm not saying this is the top of Bitcoin, it's the end of Bitcoin. But what I'm saying is, I have been looking for this move, and I find it very, very amazing for this type of news to happen as we finally get to my first sell zone of Bitcoin. You guys know it who have been here for a long time. I haven't sold any Bitcoin. I've been very vocal about it. I haven't sold any Bitcoin. It's been scary for me to come onto my channel and be like, I've been kind of dreading this day, the day where it finally happens, where I say, all right, I've sold it. Because what happens if the price keeps going up higher and higher, right? The world's going to look at me and say, wow, you got that wrong, buddy. you know, so it's a stressful moment for me for sure, but it's a plan that I've had in place and a plan that I'm going to follow. And it's incredible that we have the news that we do as we finally get to my zone. And what's amazing about it at the same time, right, is that we have the total altcoin market cap right over here near that all-time high, right? It still has not cracked through that all-time high, but boy, you couldn't get any closer to it. I think it's at 474 billion. Right now we're at 469 billion. Think about that. We get to the all-time high on the altcoins as well. So what's my opinion? What am I doing, right? So not financial advice, but I'm telling you what I'm doing here is that I'm waiting for Bitcoin to get into my zones and for my sell orders to get triggered. And then I'm going to slowly start accumulating the altcoins that are still really cheap. I've been talking about those altcoins on my channel over the last couple of weeks, which ones are really cheap. I've already started accumulating them. One other thing, I posted this over here on Twitter as well. Have you ever wondered why so many celebrities are pushing Dogecoin onto the masses, right? Why? I mean, do you think like everybody's gone and set up a Coinbase account? Well, wait a minute. They don't even sell Dogecoin on Coinbase. So you think everybody in the United States is setting up Binance accounts and Kraken accounts, which they can't even do Binance, but are they setting up Kraken accounts? Where are they getting Dogecoin, right? Why is that being pushed so hard to the masses, especially by American celebrities? How are all of these people getting Dogecoin? And well, it's because it's available on Robinhood. So people are able to take all their investment money that they have in Robinhood and jam it into some cryptocurrencies there within their account. And there's only a select list available over there on Robinhood. And that's going to be Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin SV, Dogecoin, Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, and Litecoin. Over the last week or two, I've pointed to Bitcoin Cash and I've pointed to Ethereum Classic, both of them still being very low on their price charts. When you look at them from how far they are away from their all-time highs, still way down here for Ethereum Classic, right? Still way off that high and way below even still that 0.236 Fibonacci level. Just the first Fibonacci level for Ethereum Classic's way up there at 1373. All-time high all the way up there at $46. Bitcoin Cash with a similar situation going on over here is still well below that 0.236 Fibonacci retracement down here at $466. Just that first fib level is over $1,000. Getting back to that all-time high is 4,227. So percentage-wise, lots of percentages available in Bitcoin Cash and in Ethereum Classic, which are both available to trade over there on Robinhood, which is where we've seen Dogecoin go into an all-time high, Ethereum go into an all-time high, and Bitcoin go into an all-time high. on this channel, we talk about the XRP price chart frequently, and obviously that is still significantly below as well. Just the 0.236 is up there at 89 cents, all-time high being way up there at about $3.30, $3.40, with an extension taking it out to about $13. So it's significantly cheap, but not listed on Robinhood. And I wanted to kind of point to that thing on Dogecoin. Why are all the celebrities pointing to Dogecoin? Well, you could see it. It's available on Robinhood. So as I'm selling off my Bitcoins, I'm rotating into these assets down here that are incredibly cheap. A lot of people are, what's the theme that you just saw between all three of these assets that I just showed you with XRP, Bitcoin Cash, and Ethereum Classic? All of them have had FUD surrounding around them, right? All of them. There's large groups of people who don't like any of those assets, right? Nobody likes Ethereum Classic. It's broken, right? 51% attack. It's just garbage, right? Bitcoin Cash, Roger Ver, right? It's just a hard fork of Bitcoin. XRP, SEC lawsuits, all kinds of FUD. It goes back to what I was saying about with Bitcoin when I got into Bitcoin, right? It was really, really scary to be a buyer in Bitcoin. The world thought it was collapsing. The world thought it was a Ponzi. And now the world all believes it's the most amazing thing in the world because Elon Musk and Tesla are adding it to the balance sheet of Tesla. And Tesla is going to be accepting Bitcoin. So as I rotate out of my Bitcoins, I'm following my plans in that I'm now preparing for all these alt seasons of these assets that are still low. I have already started rotating into some of these by letting go of some of my ADA and some of my 0x. I am also completely out of Dogecoin at this point. I had like 3,000 Doge. Those are all gone now. But now my strategy is to get into these assets that are now really low. And there's still plenty of them out there. If you just go through the lists of stuff, of course, do your own research, decide if anything is right for you. I can't tell you if it is. There's no guarantees in anything, but this is the strategy that I'm following. So after years of holding, I think there's a really good chance today is the day where some of my Bitcoin goes bye-bye. So we'll see how it goes, man. Wish me luck. But all right, I'll start wrapping this thing up. What a way to start the week. Monday morning, right out the gates. So it's exciting. We'll see how it plays out. You guys can check out my website over here. This is bcbacker.com. Put together a course on here with a ton of videos, deep diving into the previous Bitcoin bull runs, the different altcoin market cycles, showing how they've all worked, all the extensions that they've done, and you can get an idea of why I'm thinking the way I'm thinking today, especially with Bitcoin. I talk about my different exit plans in here and a lot of the lessons that I've learned by being in this market since early 2017. And you can check this out over here on bcbacker.com. You can follow me over here on Twitter at bcbacker. Today might be that big day for the channel as well. I think that would be pretty appropriate. Hit 100,000 today, and it's also the same day I sell Bitcoin. We'll see what happens. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching my channel, and thank you for being around. And this is just a milestone in every way, right? If my channel hits 100,000 today, and if Bitcoin hits the sell targets, it's just a big celebratory day. So thank you guys so much for watching my channel. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for being a part of this whole journey. It's been incredible. There's still a lot of work to do. We're not done yet. We've got a ways to go still. And I think Bitcoin eventually will even break higher than this over time. So it's an exciting time. But thank you so much for watching. If you could, please like this video and give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified of when I create new content and when I go live. As always, this is not investment advice and I am not a financial advisor, but if you ever need a pick me up or a little bit of reassurance, just remember that the blockchain backers got your back. Have a good one.